Szewczaks. It's me, Maja Szewczak, and welcome to another Translucent Monday. Oh wow, this episode is unbelievable. Why? Because it uses 9 pieces of translucent beads, which I hadn't even done in an Idea Sunday. I hadn't done on Idea Sunday because I wasn't sure how it would translate into an Idea Sunday episode, but the episode of Translucent Monday feels like translates better with 9 pieces. And what are we making exactly? Because I can already hear you asking. Okay, so we're going to make the Mellow Family Mama dress. It would be a long dress because of the size of the beads, and I want the dress to have a light up feature, but so the beads would be all included in one dress, I will make the dress long, like to here to her feet. For that reason, because that short dress only goes to her knee, which would not fit them all, but a dress with length to here will have more chance of fitting more beads into it. Anyways, it's time to start making it. For the top, I'm going to use this white fabric. However, the neckline, I'm thinking of something different than this. So, going to cut it. I'm doing this before stitching on a button and adding a skirt part of the dress. Something more rounded for the look of the neckline, and I will add beads. The small beads. I've stitched on beads and the button. I want to keep the top simple, just so the design isn't too overwhelming to look at. And now it's time to put it on. The Mellow Family's mom, like Nicholas Mellow's mom, Marzenka Mellow, to see it on the doll. And I'm going to cut the white tulle fabric just so she could have the desired length of the dress, especially considering that it will use those 9 translucent beads. We'll use a tulle fabric because it's translucent, so that's the length we want. Okay, time to stitch it on. Stitched on the desired length. However, I will stitch on the beads first before covering up the translucency of this fabric. Stitched 1 bead on. However, to cover that up, I'm going to have to add a sequin. Added a white sequin. I did have to trim it. However, the most important thing is that it worked. And that it lights up is also very important. Okay, let's add more beads. I've stitched all the flowers to the dress. I'll have to figure out things to not make it overwhelming to the eye and not make it look like a wedding dress, which can also be the case. So to avoid making it a wedding dress look, I will add a bit of color. Still a white dress, but to avoid making it a wedding dress, because his mom wore a wedding dress different than this one. So I'm going to add some glitter to it later, but now I'm just going to cover some areas in a fabric that would work for the ruffle and for the flowers to keep them light up. I stitched on a layer of light gray fabric because light gray fabrics like these are normally seen on casual clothing, but I'm making a dress. Now I'll have to cut holes in the gray fabric for the flowers, but I may have to stitch that area in order for it to be the right shape. Stitched one area like this. I'm going to make a knot in it so it's properly closed, and cut it and flip it over. Needed to cut a hole that is just typical of a button and then push the bead into the hole, and after that stitch it together so it holds. All the beads are stitched. Same with the fabric. Time to close the dress. Stitched and put on the Mellow Family Mom. Now the mom looks like this in the dress. Okay, now it's time for the lights to be used with this dress. So well, this skirt is very puffy, so it would be easy to put lights into the skirt, like under the skirt. However, if I'm using that in stop motion animations, I'll have to just edit that out. The cables but not the lights, which is a normal thing in translucent Mondays, but oh well. I can't cut it or else I would make it stop working, but it works. Everything works good. And please tell me what you think of the dress. And bye, Szewczak. See you in another video. Bye.